An exciting day today, and perhaps a last Christmas gift for 2020, and I'm about to unbox it. It just arrived about 30 minutes ago. I found it sitting outside my door here at the Green Guest House in Mae Sot, Thailand. And as I mentioned in a previous video, a viewer of my videos from the United States, Armando Betancourt, he contacted me a couple of weeks ago, and he said that he had a couple of, not just one, but two GoPros that he's not using. And he was going to shoot video with them, of course, but he found it was easier to shoot video on his smartphone. I believe he has an iPhone. And he never really used the GoPros very much. And rather than having them sit there gathering dust, he contacted me and asked me if I could use them. And of course, I said, absolutely. And Armando said that there are some accessories as well. He never specified what they are, so that will be a surprise to me what's in this box. And to be honest, it's a heavy package. I'm surprised. I mean, a GoPro itself is quite a light camera, and even inside the normal box it comes in when you buy it, it's still a pretty light object, but this is quite heavy. So it'll be very interesting to see what is inside this box. Of course, there was some small drama involved in shipping these to Thailand. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take, to be honest, to come all the way from the United States to Thailand. And when you go to the American Postal Service website, it even has a big warning saying that they are experiencing an unusually heavy load of deliveries to handle, so things could be delayed. So Armando and I chatted back and forth a little bit whether it was even a good idea to put them in the mail during this time of the pandemic, and it's Christmas. Would they even get here on time? Would they even know how to deliver it to my little guest house here in Thailand? But we decided to take a risk, and he put them in the mail in New York on December 16th. And it arrived today, which is December 29th. So it took 13 days to get from New York to Mae Sot, Thailand. So it's just about 2 weeks total, which is much faster than I expected. And after Armando and I talked about this, I had a couple of other thoughts, because I remember long ago trying to ship some cameras that I sold on eBay. This was in Taiwan. I had old film cameras that I wasn't using anymore because I'd switched to digital. I put them on eBay and I sold them. And now I had to ship them, and the post office in Taiwan said they could not accept it for delivery because it contained batteries, lithium-ion batteries, the rechargeable batteries for a camera. And they said they cannot ship those through the mail because there's a risk of them bursting into flames. So I had to figure out a way to send these cameras with the batteries through the mail or other ways, for my eBay purchasers. So I was wondering whether the GoPros would even be accepted for shipment, because there probably is a battery or two included in them. But maybe that's not a rule anymore. And Armando reported that he put them in the mail just fine and there were no issues there. And of course, he gave me a tracking number at the very beginning, and I've been tracking it with great excitement ever since. And the package went through various places in New York, Jamaica, New York, finally arrived at JFK International Airport. It was shipped through there. It went from there to Tokyo. So there's a little notation that on December 26th, it arrived in Tokyo. So it took 10 days to get from New York to Tokyo, 10 days. And then the same day, actually just 5 hours later, it landed in Bangkok. So it took 10 days to get to Tokyo, and then just 5 hours to get from Tokyo to Bangkok. And that was on December 26th. And then 3 days later, it's here in Mesot. It went through a processing center in Bangkok, of course, for customs clearance. And I was holding my breath when I saw that notification because you never know what's going to happen at customs, right? I had items shipped to Malaysia when I was staying there, and some items just came right to my hostel, no problem. Other items got snagged at the airport and they were held for customs. And one item in particular, a large one, I just got a letter in the mail that said, your item has been held for customs and you must pay duty. And in order to do that, I had to take a trip out to the airport, and not just to the airport, I had to go to a special warehouse at a second airport. And it was a major odyssey just getting to this place and finding it. It was in the middle of nowhere with no real transportation network to get there. And I did get my item and I paid the duty on it, and then I had to get all the way back into Kuala Lumpur from wherever I was out in the middle of nowhere. So it was a big deal. So I was a bit worried that customs in Bangkok would hold the item and then I would have to go all the way to Bangkok to clear it up and deal with it. So when Armando and I were discussing this, I suggested that he make a note on the paperwork that these are used items. You know, they are secondhand and they are a gift. And if you put those two concepts on the packaging, it's not brand new, they're used, and it's a gift, they're not for sale, then they have a better chance of going through customs. And I was very happy at some point to see, it made it through customs and it was on its way to Mesot. And you can track this through USPS because he shipped it through the United States Postal Service, USPS. But once it hit Thailand, I changed over and then I started tracking it through Thailand Post. And interestingly, I get a lot of different information when I look at the Thailand Post system as opposed to the US system. And it gave me exact cities. So yesterday I saw that at about 4 o'clock, it was in Nakhon Sawan Mail Center, which is just a short distance outside of Mesot where I am, just kind of outside of Bangkok, between Bangkok and here. So it was at that mail center. And then this morning at 8 a.m., it arrived at the post office in Mesot, here. At 11 a.m., it's listed as out for physical delivery. And as of right now, here through the Thailand system, it still says out for delivery, even though it has been delivered. So it's not up to date yet. And the American system, it says that the item cannot be delivered. There's actually a notification, and let me track it down here, that says incorrect address. Will attempt delivery on next working day. Your item could not be delivered on December 29th at 7:49 in Thailand due to an incorrect address. Oh, so they tried to deliver it at about 8 o'clock this morning, I guess, and they couldn't do it. I wasn't aware of the timing of that. And they say they're going to try to do it again the next day, but I guess they just made a second attempt today. But anyway, Armando in New York, he saw that message because he's been tracking it as well. And it says, your item could not be delivered because of an incorrect address. So of course, he sent me a message saying, I just got this notification that the address was wrong. And the address, to be honest, could be wrong. It's just one of these things that I've been struggling with for months, ever since I got here, because when I first needed to have something delivered here, I went to my landlady and I asked her, what is the address here? And she told me the address, and I wrote it down dutifully. And then whenever an item was sent here, it would either be delivered directly here, or the same thing would happen. And they would say, the address was incorrect and we can't deliver it, and we're going to deliver it the next day. And then it just sort of shows up anyway. And that's exactly what happened here. They said the address was wrong. and we're going to deliver it the next day. So after Armando contacted me with that information, I got all dressed up and I was going to go to the post office to track it down. And when I stepped out of my door, the package was right here. So it said, we can't deliver it. It hasn't been delivered. It's out for delivery. And yet the whole time I was getting all these messages, it was actually sitting right here outside my door. So the mysteries of the modern world. And no matter how many times I ask, how many different people I ask, I literally cannot get an answer about what is the address of this place, because the address is different depending on who you ask and where you look. And I've been here for almost a year now, believe it or not, that I've been in this area for almost a year, not in this guest house, but in the Mesot area. And after all this time, all these months, I still don't know what the address is. And I can't see any way of ever getting a straight answer to that one question. And that's kind of, it's kind of life overseas when you have the language barrier to deal with. That's just part of life. So that is the story of how this package ended up in front of me. And now I am going to open it up. So exciting. And as I said, it is so heavy. Got my package opening scissors ready to go. Ooh, look at that. Man after my own heart, Armando. He's got that well packaged, all taped up. So we've got to cut through some Scotch tape along the edges here. And along the front. There we are. So based on the shape of this, the size of it, he obviously took it out of the original GoPro packaging, of course, which makes sense. They're bigger, like big plastic containers where the GoPro is like in a display case, and you can see it on the inside. And sending those would have resulted in a much larger package. So, bubble wrap, very exciting. Ooh, so what is going on in here? A cable that goes along with one of them, USB cable. Oh, okay, I've heard about this. This is a GoPro key. Oh, what is that for now? I've seen that. But I can't remember what that's for, because either my Hero 7 doesn't need this, or I never got it for some reason. Something about that key. Don't know what that is. Ooh, an actual manual. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is a Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. Not the 7, or maybe that's just the manual. Okay, so there's one of the GoPros inside a regular GoPro case. So this is the. So now I'm confused about that. Okay, we got one. So we've got a GoPro Hero 7 Black, I believe. Let's pop it out of the GoPro cage and see what's in there. Yeah. So yeah, you can see on the side there a black 7. So this one is a GoPro Hero 7 Black, which is what I have as well. Ooh, memory card already in there. Wow. SanDisk Extreme Plus 64 gigabyte memory card. Those are like gold to me. Trust me. Another video card is amazing. It's brand new. I mean, it's the same model that I currently use, and yet it's in far better condition than the one that I have right now. So that's amazing. We'll pop a battery in there and play around with that soon. So, GoPro Hero 7 Black. Oh, memory card, another one. Wow. A SanDisk Extreme Plus 128 gigabyte card. As I said, memory for me is like gold. I can never ever have enough memory, so that's amazing. Have another memory card. And if memory cards are gold, then batteries are silver or diamonds. So we have some GoPro batteries here to go along with the 7. 1, 2, 3 so far. Yeah, so 3 batteries there. And this is unusual. Okay, a dual charger for the batteries. I've never seen a charger like that before. Maybe the other GoPro that's in here is a Hero 3 and they use a different type of battery? I'm not sure, because this, as far as I can tell, yeah, it does not fit in there. So this is for something else. Very exciting. Ooh, this is nice. I was just thinking about this. This is the, what do you call that? This is the GoPro Grande, I believe. I've never actually held one, so this is new to me, but it's like a GoPro selfie stick. But the Grande, or no, maybe it's just it's a tripod? What's going on? Is it the Grande? So it's got a tripod, and there has to be more to it, I think. Otherwise, you wouldn't have this long extension under there. I'm guessing that this will extend up. Or maybe it's an older model that I'm not aware of. But anyway, nice little GoPro tripod there. Okay, so that's the battery charger that I'm accustomed to for the Hero 7 Black. Those pop in there. Okay. And this could be a charging cable for that. No, this would be the charging cable for the battery charger. Okay. Oh, and a floaty. That's very cool. So that is a floaty, which is very handy. It's another grip, basically, but the advantage to this grip is that it has foam, so it actually floats in the water if you go surfing or snorkeling with your GoPro. And if you're just carrying it like this, or carrying it on a grip like this, and then you drop it, it just goes right down to the bottom of the ocean and you've lost your GoPro. So you use a GoPro Floaty. So now if you're out there surfing and a shark attacks you and you panic and you drop your GoPro, it actually floats in the water, and it floats upside down and it bobs in the water. So this red portion at the top is clearly visible, bobbing up at the top of the water. So that's very cool, very handy floaty. Now the mystery has been solved, because I didn't recognize some of this equipment, and that's because it goes with the Hero 3 Plus. I'm not sure what year the Hero 3 Plus came out, and I don't know a lot about it. I'm only familiar with the Hero 7 and onward, but this is the Hero 3 Plus, and I assume it uses different batteries. Yeah, I haven't even seen one of these before. Oh, okay. This was in the days before GoPros were even waterproof, I think. So this is a waterproof cage. Ah, look at that. That is so cool. It's like a vintage GoPro in perfect condition. Look at that. It's amazing to see how design comes along, because this is where they started with the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. And as I said, this one is not waterproof, so in order to go swimming with it, you had to put it inside a waterproof cage like this, and then you could go underwater. And that was the original concept. And then they moved on to the versions like the Hero 7, and this is fully waterproof by itself without the cage. But everything in life has pros and cons, so you must think, wow, it's waterproof, this is better. But in order to make it waterproof, they had to put a membrane over the microphone. So in fact, the audio for the Hero 3 is better than the audio for the Hero 7, because if you use it without the cage, the microphone is exposed and it actually records better audio for the Hero 3 Plus. So that's very, very interesting. Let's put you back inside your cage, the Hero 3. And that would explain, oh, another battery for my GoPro. As I said, silver and diamonds batteries. You absolutely cannot have too many batteries. And this is something new to me as well. Some kind of a remote with a USB on the end. But I don't know if this goes with the Hero 3 Plus or the Hero 7. And I don't know what it does. But it's clearly some sort of a remote trigger. It's got a record button, power button, mode button, and a little screen on the front there. So you can control your GoPro remotely with this. So that could be very handy. And these look like the accessories for the Hero 3. Oh, digital video camera travel charger. Ah, so this would also be, I believe, for the batteries for the Hero 3. Let's see. Oh, completely different design. Yeah, so that's a battery pack for the Hero 3 model. And it looks like they pop right into there. So you can charge them here, or I think this is what would have come with the GoPro. A little charger here. Yeah, so these batteries pop in there, 2 of them. So that's very cool, very handy. And a couple of sticky mounts, which again, can't have too many sticky mounts as I'm learning. Though I wonder, has the mounting system changed over the years? Because these look designed for the Hero 3 Plus, these ones. They look like they would have come with the Hero 3. A bit an older design, but I wonder if they still fit. Oh yeah, so yeah. It's one great thing about the GoPro that within certain limits, the accessories and things still work one with the other. So the mounting system anyway. So it looks like this could still be used with the Hero 7 Black, which is very handy, especially now that I'm driving a scooter a lot. So I use these sticky mounts. One, oh yeah, like a buckle curved buckle mount, and then another curved buckle mount with a buckle built into it. And there you have it, my GoPro Christmas present. Very exciting. I grouped it together as best I could. Over here on the left, this is all the components that go with the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. The charger, 3 batteries, separate charger, and then a couple of the mounts. And then the GoPro Hero 7. So I've got the charger that comes with the GoPro, a couple of memory cards, which is amazing, 4 batteries, which is super amazing, and then a couple of grips. I figured out how to use this one. I'll show you in a second. And the floaty grip, which will come in very handy if I ever make my way to a beach, which I'd like to do. And then one mystery item, which I still haven't quite figured out, which is this. And it's some kind of a remote trigger for a GoPro, but I'm not quite sure how that works. And I think this key works with the GoPro, because when I pull this plug out, it has the same shape as this key. So we're going to have to do some research into what this device does and figure out how to use it. As I said, I figured out how to use this tripod grip, and I don't know which model this is, to be honest. It isn't the Grande that I thought it was, but it is a combination hand grip and then selfie stick and tripod. So it's a hand grip like this, just to mount your GoPro right there. And of course it converts into a tripod, just like that, open up the legs. But then the top portion, you have to twist it. And then once you twist it, then it telescopes out into a long selfie stick. And I guess you lock it into place when you extend it out, and then now you have a selfie stick. So yeah, that is a very handy little device as well. You turn it, and then it collapses down. So that's how that works. So there it is. Yeah, amazing, very thoughtful gift, Armando. Thank you very much. And I'm sure I'm going to get a massive amount of use out of these GoPros and then all these accessories. Time to find out about how all this stuff works. I'll see you in the next video.